I'm going to learn you how you can use Quriobot in combination with wishlist memberships and let them embed their details, the name and the email, and then add them to a level in memberships, wishlist membership. I'm going to show you what I mean. So the users, it's only me, the bad getaway, and it's only the administration. And when you're going here to all users, there is no user, there's only an administrator, and that's me. So let's see, for this website we are going to use a fake email. So this is the fake email, and we are going to use that email for this website. And let's go to the website. And this is the test website. You can register here, but you can also delete it if you only want to use Quriobot. And we are going to start Quriobot. Do you want to register and post your first post? Okay, I will try it. My name is Piet. My last name, my second name. And my email address. All right. And it's a delay, but you can customize it. I can show you that later on. Congratulations. Just look at your email box for your passwords. And then we are going to that email box. I'm going to refresh it. It can take a while, 1 or 2 minutes. So we have to use this passwords, and this is the email. So let's do that. I'm going to the website and use that email. And we are going to use this password. And as you can see here, now they are logged in. There's a button customized with conditional logics. And when they add in there, and they can post a new post in here. Now this is made with Jet Elements. If you want to know how this works, Jet Elements, and when they can embed the posts, then go to the other tutorial that I've made for you guys for Jet Element front-end submissions. And okay, then when we are going to the website, we see no user here, and there are no members. There's now one member in here, and that's the one that we have added. It's automatic approved, but of course you can customize it. In this case, I've automatically approved it because otherwise it takes too much time. But when you go into the users and when you refresh the page, then you see him here as well. So the membership levels, I've made one free membership level, and this is the one. And you can use the requirements, and you can read this all to set it up as you want. For example, required members to confirm the email. You want to do that. That's a good one, because you don't want to have fake subscribers. Actually, they can be fake because they have to confirm their passwords. But I'm not going to show you this in details. There are other tutorials that can show you. And what you have to do, I've made a few screenshots for you. First, you have to go to embeds an webhook. This is the first one. So when you go into Wish Members and you go into integrations, advanced options, and you can see here you can use the AP codes, but we are not going to use that in here in this tutorial. So this is not the one that we want to use. And you can use the settings, the default settings, and you can customize it. It's very important that you read the instructions very well, because when you are doing one thing wrong, then the whole show won't go on, then you will get messed up in this program. And if you go into the control center, then you will see here that you can schedule the things, content protection, but we are going to the setup once again. But if you, as you can see here, then you can allow people to adding particular pages or forms or listings when they are subscribed. And when we are going to the setups and we are going to the integrations, then you can see here what integrations you can use. Now you must have, when you're using, for example, PayPal, then you can use it every time that you want. It's no problem at all, because you only have to have a PayPal subscription. But when you're using plug and paid, then you have to use the subscription where we are able to adding APIs. So there are two subscriptions, so don't make that mistake. But we have to go to other service, and then we have to enable the webhooks. And when you are enabling the webhooks, then you can copy here the URL. This is what we need for Quriobot. And when you're adding it in here, then you can see what the actions are. And this is the attachment to the subscription that we use in this case. So this is the free subscription, and they can use it for a week. I can show you that later on how you can customize that. And by data mapping, you don't have to do nothing yet. But anyway, you have to copy this and save it. And if we are going to this screenshot, then we have to embed a few shortcodes. We have to allow Wish membership the shortcodes that we want to integrate with Quriobot. And I've used the first name, the last name, and the email. So let's go to the website once again, and to the settings and the levels, and then we are going to choose which level we want to use. And in this case, it's this one that we've made for this tutorial. And when you are adding that, then you can see that, let me see, notifications. This is the notification that is not what we need. Now I'm getting confused by myself. It's registration. So this is the one. And here it is. So I'm going to show you. You have to toggle on Able Auto Create Accounts for Integrations. And then you have to go to the settings. and then you can embed the shortcodes that are here, and you have to embed them in there with a comma, and the last one doesn't have a comma. These are no macros or tokens. Don't get confused with that. So then you have to save it, and you have to copy all those fields. Then you have to go to Quriobot, and when we are in Quriobot, the first thing that you have to do is make a form. So this is, do you want to register for your free trial? And then you have embedded first name. So that was the first one that we needed. First name, and then we have to make another step, last name, and last step is email. First name, next step, last name, email, and then exit. So it must be an exit. And then you say, all right, goodbye. And this is the email fields, the last name fields, and the first name fields. And this is just a checkbox. So when they are checking, do you want to register, and they say yes, then they will go to the first name. And what you can do is with the bot message, you can make it slower when you want to wait for a second or something like that. Then you can do that in here. So I've done it here, but I saw that it is too slow. If you can see here, then it's the green button, as you can see. But we are going to make it a little bit faster. So we confirm that. This is the steps that we have made, and we are going to the bot settings. And what you have to do then is to go to variables, and you have to make three variables in this case. So the first one is first name, last name, and email, and it must all be stepped out. And as you can see here, this is from the field first name, this is from the field last name, and this is from the field email. Don't make mistakes, just do it. This embedded in just like it says here. Don't do it your own way. If you do it your own way, then it's the wrong way. So these are the fields that we found here. First name, last name, email. Right. And then what we have to do is to go to the response actions, and you give it a name. You have to choose for form, and this is very important that you choose from URL, encode it, and this is that webhook that we could have found here in wishlist membership. So that was the webhook that I showed you. I can't find it anymore. Integrations, and then the webhook. And so it was to the integrations. Integrations, and then you choose for other services, and then this is the webhook. I'm repeating things because I know that it can be confusing, so that's why I repeat things. It's not always easy for everybody, included for me. I'm not perfect. I'm close to perfect. No, that was just a joke. And then when you have done that, then you can embed the code into your websites. And there are several methods which you can use, but what I'm using is just to edit with this with the code with snippet code, the plugin, and we are going to adding it and then embed it in here. And this code you can find on the website when you were watching my tutorials, how you can do that. And this is from the tutorial that I've made an ID. What an ID? And what I've done then is I was going to the page where I want to have it, edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor with this slow internet. And then we've created a button. So we picked up a button. We dropped it in here. Then we have chosen for the link this code, so it freezes. It won't jump up to the top when they're clicking on it, and it stays just right where it is. And the ID is button of but1 in my case. So I put it in here, the ID, and the ID was, yep, it's very slow, but I just use this cheap internet provider. And that was here, but1. Now you have to go to the other tutorials to see how I've done that. And when you're going to this tutorial, one of my tutorials, Quriobot, how can you use coupons, Google Sheets, then you can allow people to um, have a coupon if you want to have them a coupon, and then add it into the list, and only then. Now you must be very careful for what you customize here in this wishlist membership, because when you're doing something wrong, then everything will mess up. And remember that you can also make in Quriobot make a password, a login and a password. For example, when you give them access to another level, a paid level, then you can do that as well. But the principle is basically the same thing. And if you are looking to Quriobot to my tutorials, and you go to Fluent CRM, for example, this one, then you can also use Fluent CRM and Uncanny Automated to connect it with webhooks. So when they are on a membership level, then you can send them an email with Fluent CRM or Mailput, and give them the opportunity to subscribe to another level and let them pay. And what you can do is use WordPress pay forms or WooCommerce But if you want to know, guys, how that works, then let me know in the comments, and maybe I will make a tutorial for that. But I hope you subscribe and you give me thumbs up. Of course, everybody wants that who is on YouTube. And later on, I will make another tutorials about Jet Engine and Quriobot, but also a dynamic content for Elementor. So it's not only Quriobot, and I hope you subscribe and let me know if you have a question. All right, that was all for this tutorial, and I hope to see you guys soon to the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye bye.